Ich war kein Thief von Broadcast, we're here to light the fire. Stating facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that action won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
And welcome everybody to another episode of the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones, and the boys are with me. This is the first episode of the college football season this year. Being that we just opened up this weekend. To the left, we have none other than Blackie Chan of Blackie Chan Gaming. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitch and right here, on X. And right here underneath me, that's Gunnar Atterbury. You can find him on Views from the Stands. Make sure you check out his Week 0 video that he just posted. I'm sorry, his Week 1 video. They just gave Week 1 preview right here on YouTube. And you can catch him on Twitch as well, lighting up scoreboards. So,
real quick, I'm going to defend Raul here. Raul is not going to be here today. He had an emergency at the house. That's all I'll say. But he has a legit reason for not being here, so be easy on him.
Yeah, pretty unfortunate, man. So keep Raul in your prayers. Make sure you don't lose his mind.
It's not life-threatening. But
No, he's fine. He's fine. It's just a crappy situation.
It made it sound like he was dying.
Yeah, no, sorry. Nah, he's good. Anyways, Gabe, what up, man? What's going on over there? That's our tight end right there. But yeah, got some good stuff to talk about. 7 days until game time.
Game week.
Right? Will you be there is the question. Right? Will you be joining us? Is a better question.
You scared him.
Oh, my bad. Nah, he's good. He's good. Wedo, what up, man? You can see Wedo in here. Yeah, you guys come on in here, man. If you're over on Twitch, on X, come on over to YouTube and subscribe, man. Half of you guys aren't subscribed, and we're trying to hit our goal. So
yeah, what are we at right now? We're at 959, 958. Yeah, we're at 959 right now. It's been fluctuating, but we're almost there. We just need to get over that hump, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If you guys are coming in from Carter's live, man, he was preaching over there, man. If you guys didn't check it out, said a lot of good stuff about Kelly recruiting, especially in regards to this dude T-Boob or whatever his name is.
Oh, Fred, we will talk about that. Trust me, we will talk about that.
They have to wait. They have to wait. They'll go off now or later.
I mean, we might as well do it now since the season prediction is going to take some time.
So if you guys haven't already heard, but Chen, do you have the clip up? Which is?
Do I really want to bring the clip up?
Yes.
Do we really need to give these
fired up?
Keep it fresh in the guys' mind.
I'm like it's after watching this clip, I really want to fight someone.
Yep.
I guess I'll bring it up in here. All right. Let me just pull this up here. Oh God, his face. He just has a punchable face. Not trying to say I'm going to incite violence, but
yeah, we don't start that, man. We just finish it.
All right. Well, this is the clip that was been shared around for a bit here. So if you haven't seen it,
you got audio. BC, we can't hear that, bro.
You can't hear it?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, what the heck? fine. Let me try a different one. Yes, I know. I hear you.
Maybe this is
How
a
about
bit of
this?
my Los Angelino hate coming through. But I've spent
I
a
didn't
lot
want
of
to hear
time
the guy
hanging out
anyway.
with people
Come
in
on.
Los Angeles, and fellas are fine. Are nice people, but ultimately a soft people, if we're being fair. And I like you. If you are this LSU defense, Jake, you cannot come out here in Las Vegas in front of the entire country and let Miller Moss and this version of USC push you around.
Oh no.
Pete Carroll ain't coming through that door, okay? These aren't the killers that Carroll had out of South California back in, back in the early 2000s, okay? These are the TikTok Gen Zers that you love to hate on so much if you're listening to this show. These are the new generation soft boys from the West Coast who just want to talk about their feelings and go surfing all day. And it's Miller freaking Moss. And this is LSU, or at least it's supposed to be, right?
Supposed to be.
Okay, real quick here. I want to find something that they need to be reminded of. That, like, this guy, does he not know who his coach is? Like, the guy that likes to dry hump recruits?
Yeah. You can check out Tim's page for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm bringing that up right now. Let's see here. Let me just present this. Why is that? Oh yeah, okay, that's what's going on here. Okay, this is from Tim Prangley's channel here.
Maybe this is a bit of my Los Angelino hate coming through.
Look at
I've
this.
spent a lot of time hanging out with people in Los Angeles.
Are you not telling me this is not cringe?
Are nice people, but ultimately,
Like what is this grown ass 60-year-old man doing behind this 16-year-old, 17-year-old?
And that kid didn't even commit to LSU.
Where's Chris Hansen when you need him?
Country and let
What is this?
All that for nothing.
And this version of USC push you around.
Oh no.
Pete Carroll.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. I'm done. Like,
Pause.
I just can't with this. Like, what is that? And then what about his fake ass trying to have a Louisiana accent when during that basketball game?
Right. But back to this T-Bob dude, man.
Oh yeah, and also, do you think that guy's going to fold USCJ?
Jeez. No.
I'm not even going to touch that. I'll let Jay handle that one. But no, to answer your question, no. I know Jay does like to punch the bag daily. That dude don't look like he threw a punch in ever. So, yeah.
If anyone's soft, it's him.
Right. But let me just say this, man. Where I'm from, those are 100% fighting words.
Oh, yeah.
You just called out the whole West Coast and said we're soft. Did he not learn from Kendrick and Drake what happens when you disrespect the West Coast?
Oh, yeah. He's going to find out.
Look, I can't speak for other regions, but I can say that when it comes to the West Coast, we band together in times like this for sure. If you ever been to college or anywhere, matter of fact, me and Jay had a conversation about this, man. Like, you go to school out of state, the Cali dudes usually band together quick because there's gonna be a lot of hate thrown our way. Stuff like this, right? We had to run a lot of fades, man. We did a lot of fighting over words like this. You know what I mean? I can say that for sure. So this dude T-Bob, clearly whatever friends he talking about from LA, definitely better check him because if you plan on coming to this LSU game, and I see him, he's definitely getting checked. Sorry, I'm just being real. You know what I mean? But anyway, we'll move on from that before I get too riled up.
Oh, I'm already riled up right now. My blood pressure's high.
Yeah, you tripping, man.
Like so he's just literally stereotyping a whole state
Right.
just because he hung out with a couple guys.
Right. Here's the thing, though. The trash talk between us and LSU fans has been pretty respectful because our teams are so identical. So, up until this point. So this dude just opened up a whole new.
He's the only one that's been the most really disrespectful.
What's that?
He's the only one that's been super disrespectful.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm sure even some of the LSU fans
we haven't said anything negative about LSU. We haven't said, oh, they're trash or anything like that. We haven't done any of that.
Nope.
But this guy just wants to trash Miller Moss for no apparent reason, just because he's Miller Moss. Right. He didn't give a good reason to trash him. Where were you going with that?
Right.
Just because he's from California? Yeah. There's been what do you want to trash CJ Stroud? He's from California. Bro won the Heisman. Just what is it called? Bryce Young won the Heisman.
Jaden Daniels, your last Heisman.
Yeah. Your own quarterback that you had last year, California. You going to call him a TikTok Gen Zer emotional person? Get out of here. I had to hold myself here.
Like I said on the comment section of the Tim show, I'm not trusting nobody. The opinion who said who referred to us as South California. That's how I know you don't have no friends out here, man. No, don't tell me that lie. There ain't no way you got away with saying South California.
Slap Happy, just rewind the video. I'm not going back to it. I'm done with it. Just rewind the stream, maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so.
You've seen it 100 times, man.
Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it makes no sense, but let's move on to funner things here. Can I show a clip really quick of Rider Lions?
Do what you want, man. Yeah.
Well, Anthony James says Rider Lions put on a show, and if you guys haven't seen Rider Lions play, here's a glimpse of what he just did. Granted, it wasn't against a premium team or a premier team, but that whole defense is doing up downs. They're doing suicides.
Wait a minute. You're not gonna disrespect Polly like that.
Oh, I thought it was Santa Margarita. Was it Long Beach Poly?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was Long Beach Poly.
Oh. Yeah. Who played Santa Margarita just recently?
Poly has been down the past couple of years, but it still got some decent talent, man.
Still balling, right? I mean,
but look at this play. Stops. Fake. I mean, Long Beach Poly, I'm sorry. That was some sorry ass playing right there. How are you going to have this man dead to rights? And then I forgot which player, number 10. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you going to let him do that to you? And Rider Lions ain't no 6'3". I'm sorry. I wish he was 6'3", but that man's at least he's lucky to be 6 foot or 6'1", maybe at best.
6'1", person.
He don't look 6'3".
Yeah, I don't think so.
6'1" and 6'3" on paper.
Yeah, in the NFL, yeah, I guess. But that's hopefully 2027 future USC quarterback, even though he's class of 26.
I always forget that he's not committed to us already.
Yeah.
Well, we
have his brother, so why not just keep it in the family?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're kind of getting off topic here, but like Slap Happy's talking about Romello Height, how he kind of had a good day yesterday.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get over week 0.
So-
But since we're on the high school topic, man, let's talk about some of these guys that we're recruiting.
Well, right
Like,
now,
what's that?
Who do we have that we're recruiting right now?
That played
Like-
this weekend?
Oh, we're just talking about
Oh.
high school,
Like Jerome Miles, dicing up IMG.
Yeah.
It's funny how IMG.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
I
frozen.
gotta say this. I gotta give some credit though to IMG for flying out to Utah. I feel like IMG would have forced Canyon to go to them.
Yeah, I thought they.
So I mean, shout out to them, and but still shout out to Corner Canyon, right, for coming back and just beating them.
Yep. I don't think they're going to be coming out here anytime soon, man.
Right.
Oh, wait.
I don't think they have bad luck out here.
Also, by the way, that's another West Coast team, or I guess Midwest, I guess you can say for Utah, but beating a South team. So yeah, soft. Yeah, soft. And didn't who did St. John Bosco? Oh, not Bosco. Bishop Gorman just play. They just beat someone from the South, didn't they?
Florida,
Yep.
St. Thomas. I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, because the West Coast is so soft.
Yep, that's their pride and joy out there. Yeah, man, they Gorman actually beat them a couple years back too. It was at Gorman though. That was when they had Bubba Bolden.
Oh,
If you guys still remember, yeah. So
they beat.
we seem to do well with these out-of-state games, man. But we're soft out here on the West Coast. So.
Yeah, even though like
Somehow we
Modern
keep kicking
Day
these teams' ass,
is one of the top schools every year, but we're soft.
Right.
When was the last time like who took the national championship last year for high school? Modern Day?
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's just like
I
I don't see why they consider us soft, even though they want to come to California to recruit. Make it make sense, people. But yeah. All right. What else are we going to talk about? We're getting a little quiet here, guys.
What's up?
Do we want to talk about the week 0 stuff first, or did you want to end with that?
Yeah, we can talk about
Let's go
week
to
0
these games, man. So, what?
Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah.
Are you having issues on your end?
Georgia Tech. I am, and this will be the last week of that. I am finally switching internets.
So commenters out there, people in the chat, what do you guys think about what is it called? Florida State versus Georgia Tech in Ireland. Who do you guys think deserves a majority of the blame? Or like, yeah, who is there to blame when it comes to the FSU's loss?
And here comes the DJU slander. Here it goes. Ready?
Oh well, we already know about Ken. We already know he's going to talk trash.
I was waiting on it.
I don't know why Seth said Grinch, but sure. Like honestly though,
you gotta.
I do blame a lot of, not a lot of it, but he just didn't push the ball downfield.
I blame both, man. I blame Norvell and DJ. He was some very questionable play calls.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, like they ran the ball.
Definitely
Sorry, but like they ran the ball on like 3rd and 9 one time, and I'm like you're not even giving your quarterback an opportunity to throw down the field. So,
right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, like Gabe said that Georgia Tech, their defensive line was their O line was pushing around the great or the best defensive line in all of the country. So I don't know how true that is at this point.
Overrated.
Yeah, like they pretty much lost
That's
at
all it is,
every.
man.
They lost at every facet of the game, pretty much. Yesterday. So
Yep. And this is why preseason rankings mean nothing.
that is very true. There's always like one big upset in the first game of the season too, and it happened to be FSU, and now it's going to be LSU now because technically that's week 0. This is week 1 now.
Yep.
No.
So, but LSU is going to be a number 5 first game of the season that they're going to lose. They lost to UCLA. They lost to FSU twice. I forgot the fourth one that they lost to, but I don't know. It's just they're going to lose again, so it's fine. I'm just ready to kick their ass.
You are
All right,
correct,
so-
though, Slap Happy. They did get a new coach the last 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I guess he's been really good. And like
Used to be an old line for them. Used to play for
yeah.
them.
So
Hmm.
Adrian Hobbs says FSU.
Romello Height, man.
Yep, Romello Height had a great great game and showed his potential that he could have had last year, but he was kind of handcuffed by Grinch. And when he did show up in the games, he made an impact.
Yep, he showed flashes for sure. Yeah, I won't call it former player, but a former player that I spoke to is like, man, Romello Heights should definitely be starting right now. Obviously, he was able to see practices and everything. And he was telling me that, yeah, Romello should have been a starter. So it's sad that, coaches pick their favorites.
David Peterson has an interesting, not question here, question. Confidence levels 1 week away from the opener. He's at a 7.5. What are you all at, Chat and B Jones and Guns? What's your confidence level?
My confidence
I'm
level
about
going into this
there.
game.
I would agree
Yes.
with them.
Confidence level that we're going to win.
Yeah, I'll say 7.5, 8.
7.5, 8. Yeah, I would say I'm around there as well. 8.
Mhm.
I'm confident that we're going to expose them. Even if we lose, we're going to
I'm at
expose
an
them.
8.5 right now. I'm at 7.5.
Agreed.
B Jones, I can't wait for you to get a different internet. You are like 5 seconds behind us right now, and he's frozen.
No.
But yeah, definitely excited for it. People are going to be shocked by us. I don't know why. Like if they actually just paid attention to the program, then they would know not to underestimate this team. But if they choose to underestimate us, that's on them. But so
Exactly.
Ken's at a 15.
All right, Kenny. We're talking about USC, not Georgia, Ken.
Adrian's at a strong 7. Gabe's at an 8. Slap Happy's at an 8.5. Let's see. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, after just seeing how Danton Lynn and has conducted this defense, I think a lot of people are a lot higher than they were when we got rid of Grinch. So that's good.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, thanks for Preston's at a 9.
Okay. What up, P?
Oh yeah, we can also give some props to someone, the GOAT, Saban, saying that we're the dark horse. Which I mean, dark horse meaning that people are not expecting us. Yes, dark horse as that we're going to sneak up on people. No,
But he didn't put us in his playoff bracket.
he didn't. I didn't see his playoff bracket.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
still,
not surprised. I mean, he also picked Georgia Tech to be a sleeper, and then didn't pick them right in terms of his playoff. And obviously, he was kind of right on Georgia Tech. So
I like how their guest picker, who is not even like a real football
right,
fan, Sheamus, WWE wrestler,
Yeah.
picked Georgia Tech and all that stuff. And everyone, even Pat McAfee, was like, "Oh yeah, FSU by big." I'm like, "Okay, that didn't age well."
did you see him get drunk on his show
Yeah, he got.
on the Friday? Yeah, it's
Yep,
pretty funny.
Who McAfee did?
yep.
Yeah,
McAfee
they had they did a live show at a pub,
in a pub. Yeah,
and everyone just kept giving him drinks or
That nigga gets away with
Guinness.
murder.
he ended up shirtless and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And what
Sheamus was the only one that picked Georgia Tech too.
anyway, that's a different conversation.
Right.
But yeah, no, like Saban, he says that USC is getting disrespected, and they shouldn't be. Like Lincoln Riley's getting disrespected. So
Yep.
I like the fact that he's actually sticking up for USC and Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, I
Definitely
mean, he's always had a respect for him, right? I mean, he told his QB that he had for a minute to go to his
hurts.
Hurts to go to his former school, Oklahoma. So there's definitely been a respect, between each other, I'd say.
Yep. That's what I
All
do.
right. Is that it for week 0? And now, do we want to get into the predictions?
We want to read off the rest of the scores. We got Tarleton State 26 to 23
Ooh,
over McNeese. Tarleton State. They're
I know that aren't they like 18th in their division or something like that? 18th in the FCS.
Hey, look, man, I'm just reading scores. We got Montana State actually beating New Mexico. I don't think that's too big of a surprise, but it is an FCS school beating FBS.
Hey, they didn't cover. Actually New Mexico was up 17 at that game, and blew it. They could have won it. They were like a 11.5 underdog. So,
Sad.
no.
And SEMO blew out North Alabama. SEMO is Southeast Missouri State.
Steven, that's a school.
Yes.
Southeast Missouri State.
Yep. Actually, I had a buddy that played there. Florida A&M beat Norfolk State by 1. That was actually a pretty good game. Let's see. What else we got? We got SMU. SMU beat Nevada 29-20. And Hawaii spanked Dale State 35-14. So that was our
We
week
done
0.
with irrelevant games now.
Yes.
All right. So
Sorry, did we bore you with college football?
irrelevant college football. Sorry, I just want to get into this here. So first game. So we're just going to be going over USC's games, right? Do we want to skip over the LSU game and wait till Wednesday?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. So the game after
I'm going to be 1-0, so regardless.
1-0.
We're going to be 1-0. So
We're moving on to SC versus in the home opener against Utah State. What do we know about Utah State? Like, is there anything that we know about them? Like,
their head coach got dismissed, so they have an interim head coach.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, nothing.
They're in Utah. It's them, Utah, and BYU. We're in LA. It's us, USC, UCLA. No, I don't know much about Utah State, but I couldn't tell you nothing.
They had a pretty good quarterback that went to wait, what? Oh, RIP. But they had a decent quarterback that actually went pretty high to the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, and that's pretty much all that they have that I know about. But this should be a game that we should get a lot of the freshmen in. Like Like Miller Moss should not be in that game by the fourth quarter, I would say.
Right, yeah, Jaden should get Jaden.
Jaden should be playing.
Maybe even Gage Roy.
Gate. What about Jake Jensen, my guy?
Oh yeah, him too.
Don't leave out Jake Jensen. No, that game should be a runaway. I don't expect that to be close. It shouldn't be close. If it's close, then I'm really nervous. Like they shouldn't score a touchdown until we have at least 30 points on them.
I think this is an easy W, like you're saying. Should see backups being playing in the second half. My prediction will be 2-0 after this game.
Yeah, we definitely should be 2-0. Anything else you want to add, B. Jones?
Nope.
All right, then we have a bye. No, wait, we have? Yeah, we do have a bye.
Do you guys think we're gonna win the bye or no?
That's gonna be tough. I hate the fact that we have a bye this early into the season.
No, not before we play Michigan. No, I love it.
I know, but
perfect. I like it.
It's good, but then it's also bad because then the rest of the season is going to be rough on the bodies of the guys. Like they could have scheduled Michigan maybe like week 5, week 6.
You can't get everything.
Yeah, but like, who's been running our schedules? They have not been helping us at all. Like last year was rough.
I like playing the harder games early in the season. It sets the tone for the rest of the season.
And I get that, but having a bye week this early does not help. It really doesn't help.
By chance we do lose, you'd rather lose early than late.
True. So that's why not just have it at week? Why don't we have it at week 3 instead of having to play Michigan week 4? We might as well beat Michigan or lose to Michigan and then have a week to just recuperate at that point, then play Wisconsin. Because if we beat Wisconsin or beat Michigan, I feel like that's going to be a tough game when we play Michigan. We're going to need to heal up afterwards before we go play Wisconsin, which that's going to be a tough game in its own right because Wisconsin just always has somewhat good defense, pretty much. So,
right.
But I get that we want to prep for Michigan, but do you? I mean, they're still like they have kind of a new staff. I don't know if we really need that much prep, but if we do have some injuries in the Utah State game, which Utah State's basically a bye for us as well. So
I would say that, man.
I'm talking myself down here. Like this could wind up biting me in the ass, but still, I'm just saying. I'd rather have the bye week, at least in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
It helps us in the long run when it comes to injuries. Because that's our biggest fear is the injuries and being healthy, right?
I mean, it's part of the game, man. We don't fear it. That's everyone's big fear, right?
Yeah. But at least they don't have a week 3 bye. I don't know how many schools have a week 3 bye.
Listen, this is why the team can go all out this first game. Because you got a cupcake next and a bye week. So I'm not mad at it at all.
Well, we kind of do have 2 byes because it's towards the end of the season.
Right.
Like, when is it? Is it what? Oh, it's right after the Washington game. I mean, I guess, but still. All right. Moving on to Michigan after the bye week. What do you guys think about the Michigan game? Do you think we'll be well rested?
Yep. So we should be good to go. It's the same thing as LSU. They're going to try to play bully ball, and we have to remember that Tulane last year had the number 2 run defense in the nation. So we'll see. I mean, if we can handle their D line, I think we'll be all right. But we're
I
going
think
to know
our.
that
Oh, go ahead.
after this week. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the biggest issue for us is just playing in Michigan.
Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, it depends. If you got that road dog in you, man, you know, some players get hype on the road. You know, play better on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a tough place to play. That's one of the toughest places to play.
Well, we got helmet communication now, so that should
That
help
is
a little.
true.
Yeah,
Only-
so I think it's going to be a close battle, tight battle. I don't think their offense is going to do anything crazy against us. I think they're definitely going to run the ball a lot. I think the issue for us, I believe, is going to be the trenches in terms of their defensive line against our offensive line, and where I do think we unfortunately will probably lose this game. We'll be 2-1 after.
See that.
Yeah. This is a 50-50 one for me.
Question is Michigan head going to be right in the right place, man, with everything going on around Michigan? And can they? We'll see how good they are without Connor Stallions, man. So
Yeah, like what Kenneth said, God bless Emmanuel, because it's probably going to be E-Man that's going to be over him. Actually, they might put him. They might try to put Graham over the right guard.
it's a great opportunity to make your case to be drafted.
Yeah, I'd say this is a 50-50 shot. I don't know. I'm going to go with USC winning, but we could easily lose this game too. Like this one, I'm more concerned about this game than the LSU game. Because at least they already have an established, like they're bringing a lot back on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be one of the better secondaries that we play too.
Yeah.
All right, moving on then. We're going to move on to Wisconsin. Wisconsin could be a trap game.
It could be, but it won't.
It can be, because if we get that win over Michigan, that's going to be a trap game because we're riding the high.
I agree. If we win, yeah. Since I predicted loss, I do think we bounce back, get the W. It's going to be a tight game. I do think TVD is going to kind of be closer to himself his first year in college than these past 2 years. I do believe in Longo, the OC there. And as always, right, Wisconsin has a good to solid defense. So, but we're at home, and I think we're going to pretty much handle them.
Exactly. We're at home.
Yeah.
Name me your favorite Wisconsin receiver. CJ Williams.
That's all they have.
Our secondary is much improved. You guys got to remember this. I know we're all traumatized as USC fans, that, since we haven't had a great defense in quite some time. But I really think we're going to have a good defense.
Yeah. And
that's going to make a world of difference. Paired with Lincoln Riley's offense that Wisconsin has not seen the likes of.
That is true.
Spread teams or even air raid or whatever you want to call Lincoln's offense. And when they do, they get handled.
Yeah, I think when I was talking about this, when we were on another podcast, I said my expectations are that we're going to be undefeated at home, and so I don't see us losing to Wisconsin. I think this is at least I think we should be very favored to beat Wisconsin, because who's their quarterback? Graham Hurts, or whatever. I don't know. Just someone that has been bouncing around probably from program to program. So I don't have any faith in their offense at all. The only thing is that USC just needs to be able to score and not settle for field goals. So if we can crack their defense, then we should be fine, because I don't think their offense is going to scare our defense.
Agreed.
All right, we good with the Wisconsin game? Anyone else want to add? Okay. Oh yeah, we could also I hope Woody Marks trucks Tackett Curtis. I hope he
It's
just gets
looking a lot
blown up.
smaller. If you guys haven't noticed, which I thought
Huh?
was pretty interesting. So he's looking even smaller than he was last year.
Is he? Well,
Yeah.
I wonder how much Alex Grinch is having an influence on this defense.
Well, he's coaching the secondary, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna
So
get to
that means we should easily be able to throw on them. All right. So moving on to USC versus Minnesota on October 5th. And I'm hoping to be at that game. I'm planning on getting front row seats for that game. Should be fun. October 5th. Shouldn't be cold. Not worried about people saying, oh, it's going to be cold. Even so, yeah, I'm not worried about that. So it does. Do we even have like any betting odds right now for it? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But when I was on the podcast today, actually, shout out to let me see here. Shout out to Big Ten Football, Big Ten Football Talk podcast. I was just on their show just recently doing a podcast, which should drop tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. I'll probably post that on Twitter tomorrow. But he says that people are sleeping on Minnesota. So he thinks that we may need to worry about Minnesota. What do you guys think?
Did he give reasons?
He didn't give me reasons. I didn't ask for reasons. I probably should have asked for a reason, but I did not get no reasons from Minnesota.
For what reason? That's my question.
I mean, PJ Fleck, like, okay, so Minnesota last year, they didn't really get, well, they did get blown out by Ohio State, but for the most part, they stuck around some games that they probably shouldn't have, and so they might be decent on defense. The only teams that really blew them out was Ohio State and Michigan, but those were the only real teams at the time. So, but I don't know. We have a winning record against Minnesota, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
I'm saying this again. This team is different. We have Lincoln Riley has a defense now. That's all I'm saying. I'll let you figure out the rest. Yeah, if you told me last year, I'd be kind of nervous. So
yeah, I mean, for me, I think we're going to learn a lot from the Michigan game in terms of being on the road and the travel and whatnot. And I do think we will be 4-1 after the Minnesota week.
Yep. 4-1, 5-0. It could go either way for me, but either way, we're still looking good to make the college football playoffs.
Yep.
Ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, we got Penn State coming to USC. Number 8, Penn State. Who knows if they're going to be number 8 by then? I wouldn't be surprised if they drop a game beforehand. But yep, they're coming to USC. What do you guys think?
This is the game that I have us losing due to attrition. I think a little wear and tear starts to set in a little bit. That's a very tough opponent, even though we are playing them at home. And there's a great chance that I'm wrong. And I'm hoping that, we could very well win that game. But that's the loss that I have on the schedule.
Yeah, so for me, this is going to be a defensive battle from both sides. I have no faith in the Penn State offense and Drew Allar, or whatever you say his last name. And given that we're at home, we're going to win this game. We'll be 5-1.
Yeah, I second that. I don't trust Drew Allar, even though Raul was all about him last year. He hasn't shown us anything, and they won't play a real team until they play us. Because they play Kent State, they play Bowling Green, Illinois.
West Virginia's a pretty good squad. I mean, they're not us. They're not us, but they're pretty good. West Virginia, you talking about? What are we talking about?
Decent.
Yeah, West Virginia, who they play. Yeah, Penn State.
Yeah.
So so they might lose to Penn State this weekend. Or I mean to West Virginia this weekend.
Definitely they could. Definitely. They're on the road, I believe, right?
Yep, they're playing at West Virginia.
No.
So, but then they play UCLA, and I don't even know what UCLA is at this point. So, yeah, I still think I can't trust their offense to, and they lost their defensive coordinator, so we don't really know what their defensive strategy is going to be like. So, yep, Marcus Nelson just said it. Penn State's DC is gone. So,
Yeah, they have Tom Allen now, former Indiana head coach.
oh,
wow.
yeah, I forgot he did actually quit to be a head coach there.
Was
He
not
didn't
aware.
get fired, did he? He just decided to leave. Right?
Who?
That's
Who? Tom
Gun?
Allen?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, Guns.
No, he got fired.
Oh, he
No,
got fired.
He got canned. Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
No, he got told you no longer here, sir.
You're no longer here, sir. Okay. All right. So you guys, we're split between us, me and Guns, and I don't know why this was the one that B Jones chose for
I
us.
wasn't sure about the defense coordinator. That changes a lot.
Yeah, but I think we're either 5-1 or 5-1 or 6-0 at this point, which makes me sound more of a homer right now, but it's fine. And next we have Maryland, which we were told to watch out for.
Yeah, so let me get this one first because I already know B Jones are not going to like my answer. I actually think we lose this game, and here are my reasons. Maryland will have an 8-day rest versus a normal 7-day rest. And just attrition, just like what B Jones was saying, I do think we're going to lose some bodies after this Penn State game and this run that we had with Michigan, Wisconsin, so on and so forth. So I do think we will unfortunately lose this one and be 5-2.
So what? So it's only because of attrition of bodies.
Mainly attrition, yep.
Okay, but what about
And the road, and we're on the road, so I mean it's a pretty far flight.
what about us sitting in after the long 8 days for Maryland?
Say again.
So what about rust setting in
It's
for
only like
for
2
Maryland?
extra days.
Yeah. So
Oh wow. You have been certified as a hater now, Guns.
Oh, all good. Ken's already hates me.
I think we beat Maryland. I think right now, I don't know. This is not the one that I think that we're going to drop at this point. If anything, we're probably going to drop the Michigan game. That's the one I'm least confident about, but I'm pretty confident against Maryland. I know it's at Maryland, and that's going literally across the country, but I don't think we drop that one right now. Wait, same with Maryland. They should be undefeated going to. Let's see. Let's take a look at Maryland's schedule real quick and see who they have that they play, because you never know. They could be have attrition on their end. So they play UConn first, then they have Michigan State, Virginia, Villanova, Indiana. Oh my God, their schedule's easy. Northwestern, and then us.
If we're their first test, then first real test, then they're gonna be for a rule.
I mean, Michigan State could be, because Jonathan Smith, he always has his teams
His
prepared.
first year.
Hey, Jonathan Smith has been pretty. He's been successful everywhere he goes. So
Whole
I'm
different
not.
stuff.
Yeah, but I'm still not putting it past him though. He knows how to put a defense together. So, but either way, their schedule is pretty weak. Like okay, so after that they play Minnesota. Then their toughest game is against Oregon, and then they play Rutgers, then Iowa, and then Penn State. Their schedule is a cupcake. So I mean, if anything, if they only lose to us and Oregon, then they have a weird, easy chance to get to the college football playoffs. But their schedule is not that tough, so they may get dinged for that.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. Brand
should be
recognition.
interesting. I'm not worried about Maryland. We'll get a better grasp of what they are by this time, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll have plenty of tape on them by week 7. So
By that time, we're going to be battle tested, man, and they
Yeah.
are not. So, we'll see.
all right, moving on to Rutgers coming to USC. I'm just gonna start this off saying that we win this game.
Yeah, someone tried to. I don't remember who it is. Tried to say that's a trap game as well. I don't see it, but sure.
I think the Ohio podcast said that to us. Was it the Ohio podcast with Guns, or was that did he say
Yeah,
Maryland?
I think both teams he mentioned. I think he said they finally have a QB or something like that. But yeah, I mean, even though it's a short week, it's on a Friday. It's Friday night game, 8 p.m. our time. So it's it's 11 p.m. start time for Rutgers from that viewpoint. So yeah, I think we get it. We're at home. We get the dub, and we'll be 6-2. We bounce back after my Maryland loss.
So wait, do you have us with 2 losses right now? Yeah, you have
That's
us with 2
correct.
losses.
That's correct, sir. Mm-hmm.
I think Ken might be onto something. You might be a hater.
I mean, we'll see until the final score, right? Final record. We'll see.
All right. So, did you talk about Rutgers, or are you good, B Jones?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Moving on to USC traveling to Washington. What's your guys' thoughts on this one? Washington's always been a tough place to play.
They lost a lot. We almost had them last year at our house, and that was without a defense coordinator. That was worth a damn. So I'm going to say W Trojans.
Yeah, I think we get a W here, and we'll be 7-2. I think I don't know what my record is anymore, but yeah, we'll be getting a W.
Yeah, well, what Slap Happy said is true. They do have. Ken's probably going to ding me on this one too, but their head coach from Arizona, he was good. He definitely knew how to prepare his teams. So
He's definitely rebuilding.
yeah, but they still do have that good. They got that quarterback that transferred from Memphis, I think, or whichever. And he's a veteran, so I'm not saying that we're going to lose this one, but this one could be a tight one. And it's Washington. We always struggled with Washington, so
Yeah,
especially playing it. Yeah, it always gets loud out there, and it's November. Washington can get kind of chilly in November.
But by that time, we'll be experienced on the road, having played in loud environments already.
True, but you did say that we might have attrition too because of
So at that point.
Yeah. And then I guess we have that bye week. It doesn't show on the schedule that I'm looking at right now, but we have Nebraska coming to USC. So Dylan Raiola will have at least a good 9 games under his belt by then. Thoughts?
Who are Nebraska's receivers?
Just Coleman, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Coleman.
Oh yeah, they did get his commitment. So,
And then a freshman, Dylan Raiola.
Yeah,
I don't see us losing to a freshman. I just don't see, knowing how Danton Lynn schemes things, I think he's going to confuse the heck out of a freshman quarterback.
Okay.
I just can't see it.
So who knows if Nebraska, because Nebraska plays CU before that, and that's always a tough rivalry game between them. Mm-hmm. So who knows about that game? But I'm hoping Nebraska pulls that one off, actually. But they have a fairly weak schedule, except for 2 games before us. They play Ohio State at Ohio State as well. So that's on the 26th. So that's going to be a rough game for them. But they play UTEP, Northern Iowa, Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana, then Ohio State, then UCLA, and then they come over to us. They might as well just stay in California because they play or no, actually UCLA goes to Nebraska. So, but yeah, I still stand by my statement. We're undefeated at home. This could be a close game as well. I think this will be a close game, but because I like Tony White's defense, I think he could be an issue as well. But I still think we beat Nebraska.
Yeah, I think we get Nebraska. We're at home again, and we'll be 8-2.
Yep.
Really quick here, Marcus says, do you guys think by the Rutgers game or Penn State game that our freshman D tackles will be getting some run? There's a few games that I can see that our defense, our freshmen really kind of get some playing time. It's probably Utah State, Rutgers, and maybe Maryland and Minnesota. So maybe we get a few plays, but Minnesota, we're on the road, so maybe not for that one. But I feel like some of the home games against like Rutgers, we will. What do you guys think?
Yeah, for sure. Especially the Utah State game. I mean, we'll see how they perform then, and we'll have a better idea of who they'll be playing later on in the season. But I mean, I don't think we have much choice, man. So we got a lot of time. I mean, we got Jade, we got Carlon, we got a lot of young guys that
Ratmana Balabu.
Yeah. So
what about you, Guns? Do you think they'll have some experience playing time?
Yeah, I do think so. Yep.
All right. So moving on from Nebraska, we basically stay at home against UCLA. Easy dub?
Yes, we're 9-2.
Yeah. Yep. I just want to see what they look like now without Danton Lynn and Brian Kelly. I mean Chip Kelly.
Yeah. They're both like the same person. Yeah, I think that's going to be easy dub. It's at home basically for us, so I'm not too worried about their offense at all. Their defense, they lost a lot on defense too, and I don't even know who their defensive coordinator is. So at this point, maybe they might have things figured out by then, but it's a rivalry game, and we're gonna want revenge for what happened last year. And yep. Danton Lynn knows probably the whole rest of the offense that's on the other side, so he can easily give us some insider on their quarterback that for some reason we made look like a Heisman.
Well, I wouldn't say that. They still yeah. We made everybody look like a Heisman last year.
Yeah. Walter Clark says, how many defenses have given CLR this is not a question. Trouble when offense plays a clean game? Not many.
Nope.
All right, so last game before if we're in the Big Ten championship, Notre Dame comes to USC. Notre Dame's currently ranked at 7 from what they say here. And what's your guys' thoughts on this game?
Revenge. That's my thought. That's my thought.
Yeah, like what Bijan says, revenge. We're at home. We're gonna be undefeated at home, and we'll be 10-2. After all those losses I mentioned, we'll be a playoff record team, and we'll be making the playoffs at 10-2.
See, Ken, you can't call him a hater since he has us going to the playoffs now. I swear, if you would have had us losing this one, I would have called you a hater. But what Notre Dame has a decent schedule. They have Texas A&M, which we don't know what they're going to be like. Then they played Northern Illinois, Purdue, Miami of Ohio, Louisville, which who knows what they're going to be like. Stanford, which Stanford always plays Notre Dame really tough, which I wouldn't be surprised if Stanford squeaks out a win on that team. And then they have the shockingly good Georgia Tech right after that. So who knows what Georgia Tech is going to be like by week 6 or whatever, or week 7. Then they play Navy. Then they play Florida State, who at this point is already exposed, and maybe they will even have DJ at their quarterback by then. Then they play Virginia, then Army, then us. So it's a decent spread of tough teams to play. But I think, like I said, undefeated at home, we're taking the dub. I think we're going to win by at least a good 14 points.
Yeah, I can see that.
Ken, what the heck? You're right. You're the hater. What have I done to be a hater? Maybe hating on other people, yeah, like other podcasters. But come on. B. Jones, thoughts?
Revenge.
Oh yeah. That you did say revenge. Yeah, just that's it. 2 words, or wait,
That's
1 word.
2 words. Huh?
Revenge. That's there's 2 words for you. Wait, what? Calling out, bro? You're the one that's been calling him out this whole time. I'm just reiterating what you say. But that's it. So 10-2, or I honestly had us at 11-1 without any real losses. I'm sounding.
I think 10-2 is more realistic, but
10-2, yeah, it was realistic. So if anything, we might drop a game against. I don't even know at this point. I'd have to go back and look at their schedule, and I don't want to look at it right now. But I do think we'll lose maybe 1 game, and there could be the Michigan game. So because it's just a difficult environment. But do you think we make the Big Ten Conference or a Big Ten championship game? If we lose to Michigan and then we go undefeated,
who's
because
on Oregon's schedule?
on Oregon's schedule, let me go back and check.
I think we'll be on the outside, and I feel like Oregon and Ohio State will have 1 loss in the conference.
Well, let's see. I'm just trying to find a team that plays Oregon this year. God, it just sucks that our conference is just so big that there's going to be a few times that a lot of teams don't play the same teams here. So, but Michigan does. So Oregon plays both Michigan and Ohio State. Do you think they split those, or do you think because Oregon's so they play Idaho first game, they play Boise State, which I mean Boise State. They've beaten Oregon before. So, but that was when they actually had a good head coach. Then they play Oregon State, which it's a rivalry game. Then they play UCLA, Michigan State, then Ohio State, then Purdue, then Illinois, then Michigan right after that, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Washington. They have a decently tough schedule. Like Ohio State, and then 3 weeks later, Michigan, and then Wisconsin, then Washington. I think that's pretty tough. So I think they. Do you think who? I don't even want to talk about Oregon right now at this point, so I'm not even going to talk about them. So, or do you want to talk about their schedule? Because we're just trying to figure out if we make it to the Big Ten Conference. Because I think they lose to both Ohio State and Michigan.
That very well could be, but
And they could lose to Oregon State. They've been known to choke.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe Washington is Dan Lanning's kryptonite. He hasn't been able to beat him yet.
yeah, I mean, there's some good points there. But I think I'm about to agree with Guns. I think we'll be on the outside looking in.
Outside looking in, but we still make the playoffs. So who do you think's in the Big Ten? Who's in the Big Ten championship? Then Oregon and Ohio State, or
Yeah, that's my pick.
I think we see a rematch. Yeah.
a rematch? And who do you think wins it then? So do you
Yeah,
think?
well, say fuck the Ducks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, we ain't. Yeah, they ain't never getting a prediction out of me.
So
Nope.
you guys are making me nervous that you're predicting them to go into there. I'm not predicting them to go in.
That's
Yeah,
part of
they can make it there. Hey, they've made it to the Natty, right? But they never won it, so they can make anything they want.
I guess. I don't think they make it to the. I think we have a good chance of making it to the Big Ten conference or championship against Ohio State.
Yep.
But either way,
Yeah, I mean,
still,
Oregon does have a sneaky game at Wisconsin, and that's in November. It's going to be pretty cold. Obviously, Oregon's pretty cold, so it shouldn't be too dramatic of a weather change. But you never know. And then obviously, right, Dylan Gabriel.
can't trust them.
You can make an argument he might be someone like DJU, and the reason I bring that up is it's also his third school, right? Why is he going to all these schools, right? Why did
Yeah.
DJU have to go to all these schools?
Yeah. Why did he leave Oklahoma?
I think they forced him because of the Jackson Arnold. They wanted him to grow, I think, but still,
Oh, you think they forced him?
I wouldn't say I don't know if force is the right word, but I'm
Okay.
sure the Jackson Arnold stuff wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Dylan Gabriel.
I mean, the dude was Vivai's teammate in high school.
Vivai Malapei?
Yes.
Wow.
That's how long. That's how long he's been
Isn't
playing.
he the oldest player in college football right now? Or no. It's the Utah quarterback now.
Horizon. How is
Yeah,
he?
Cam Rising. He's the oldest. He's like 25.
Hmm.
Then Dylan Gabriel, I think, is right behind him on that one. All right, that's all. That's pretty much it. Like every one of us here has us going into the playoffs at least with a 10-2 record. Me being 11-1 with I'm sure we could drop another game. I just don't know which game I want us to drop. It had to be a game on the road because I don't think we're losing a game at home.
Agreed.
So, but yeah, fight on, Carter.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
Hey, Carter, good DMs, man. You're supposed to be right here with us.
oh yeah, and also, do we want to announce what we're going to be doing on Saturday? Guns.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to Beer Haas Saturday 4 to 4:30. You could definitely be there earlier, right? That's kind of where we're trying to do the meetup and where we can hang out, drink some beer, watch Notre Dame lose to Texas A&M, and have a good Saturday night.
Yep, meet us there. We're going to have
fellas, man, watch some ball.
Hopefully we'll have custom shirts that I'm going to be trying to make. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then also just a reminder, Wednesday, we're doing our show Wednesday because of some travel. So just a reminder there. And then maybe we'll talk probably offline in terms of our preview. I wouldn't say preview, but like the video of LSU versus USC, right? We were doing like a simulation. Probably makes sense to maybe do that on Thursday. I don't know, but we'll probably talk that offline. But just stay tuned. We'll be dropping those simulations as well every week.
When we do those simulations, are we going to do it live or are we just going to upload it?
I believe upload, but I don't know. B Jones.
Yeah, well, until this internet gets right, so I'll switch internets. We're gonna be uploading, but
all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any noteworthy updates that we want to talk about? Any questions in the chat that you guys want to drop? Okay, really quick then. What are some week 1 games that you guys are excited to see besides our game?
We'll go to that. That's pregame show.
That's pregame show stuff.
That's Wednesday.
Yes. I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay.
No. But I mean, there's definitely 6 throughout the week. I mean, starting on Thursday, you got 1. You got, really 4 to 5 on Saturday. I'd say big ones, and then Sunday, Monday, right? So pretty good week. Just to do nothing, sit on the couch and drink some beer.
I
Some
can't
Miller
wait.
Lights, Millers, any type of Miller. Just make sure it's Miller.
I'm only working.
That's the requirement this weekend.
Felicia.
I'm drinking Miller.
Yeah,
Man.
everyone. Okay, so what everyone here has to do in our chat by Sunday, you got to post a picture to Twitter or Instagram, tag us in it, and say, or like with a Miller Lite or whatever Miller. Just make sure it's a Miller beer, and we're going to make a chain for that, just for Miller Moss. Bunch of alcoholics. Yeah, we can. Well, Miller Moss, too bad he can't get a NIL deal with an alcoholic beverage, but like he would be perfect for them.
Right. All right. I think that's gonna do it for us.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys have nothing else, I'm good.
All right. We'll see you guys Wednesday.
All right, guys. Fight on.
Right on.